So hello everybody. How do I say? I'm stumbling a bit of what I want to say. So it's okay. I'm trying again. So hello everybody and good morning from Sarawak from Borneo. It's 7:12 a.m. here on 30 May 2026. So yeah, looks like we already going in here. And yeah, to be honest though there is actually reasons why I intentionally actually delay the stream, because for one thing's for sure, I'm not 100% sure whether or not they fully will go for today, but because the weather report says they are go for the launch. So that's why I'm able to do so. And one of the most important part of this, what I can tell is that looks like there are slight uh, timing changes, but it's only going to be to only 1.5 minutes of time changes. So yeah, so not much delay. So fortunately, it's good we can go for the live. So yeah, and also and also what and also you want to know something? Maybe I should rather just go away straight to the point. So let's go instead here. Or why I'm even stumbling around saying it. I don't know. Maybe it's because uh, maybe it's because my I got tired, I guess, but it's okay. Oh yeah. So anyhow, hello everybody and good morning here. So today we as you have already know, or maybe if you don't know, I'm Dennis Suguwa, uh, and yeah, I'm also a variety indie VTuber. Yeah, even though this channel is currently very space flight centric, but it doesn't mean that I don't want to cover anything other than space flight. Just that I just don't have any idea yet which one I would like to go. But anyhow, today we are going to witness the launch of the United Launch Alliance's Atlas 5 551 rocket configuration. That one, if in case you want to know, the middle of it actually very important. The 5 itself indicates 5 SRB, the solid rocket boosters. Yeah, 5 SRB side booster. I do, yeah. So that one, back then it used to be AJ60 SRB, but it was replaced with Gem 63, because Gem 63 is way cheaper, according to them, way cheaper to replace and get it operational in comparison to the AJ60. It's basically around, if I remember, around estimated 50% cheaper than AJ60. So Gem 63 were used on Atlas 5 551 rocket in recently, in few years ago or something like that. Yeah, but just to give you slightly a point, yeah, this one would be the flight AV-113 for the flight of the Amazon Leo LA-07. So we are going to witness the launch of it. But today, usually by default, I would like to go straight to the point about what I would like to talk about, the rocket itself and whatnot. But I can say this event is this one particular event, if you don't know, it's actually so notable that I think rather than just giving you the typical view, might as well I just give you this one. This one is really serious, if you want to know. Very serious. It literally have basically like effects not only on the on the ULA, the United Launch Alliance themselves, but also to the Blue Origin, and even NASA with the Artemis Moon mission timeline. Yeah, that's practically how severe uh, the the entire whole kind of scenario. So I will rather show you here. Okay, okay, maybe just put it live text aside, and yeah, in case you, I think some of you might already know this, but in case you don't know, this is how it looks like. Let me see. Mm, how do I do this? Oh, anyhow, yeah. If you want to know, TLDR is that Blue Origin, they actually put this new Glenn rocket on testing. Okay, this one, if I remember, the first stage booster actually called. No, it's necessary. That one is basically a reference from Interstellar, if I remember, Interstellar movie. Okay, that one they actually attempted that kind of test, but unfortunately, it literally goes wrong. So I can show you how it looks like. Maybe I just try. Okay, is it good? Okay, okay. So I rather just zoom in so you can see there. Yeah. So I'm going to show you uh, the ex- the explosion of the New Glenn rocket. That one is actually slated to carry the get it um, Amazon Leo LN-01. That one is supposed to carry around 30 plus or 40 plus um, Amazon Leo of it. Fortunately, it's not yet loaded with that satellite. Otherwise, it will be huge, even more setback compared to the current situation. But again, Amazon Leo timeline also deploy the full commercial deployment timeline will also going to be affected due to this unprecedented explosion event, or highly energetic event. So I would rather show you here before we go with the live. So um let me see. So here we go. I'll let you see it here. Is it okay? Carefully. Oh yeah, it should be okay. As you can see on the first stage, when it tries to ignite, unfortunately something goes wrong with the static firing. It's just like not even reaching 2 3 seconds after the ignition, there are actually some kind of very explosive, high energetic sequence there that it literally creates mushroom. And if you see when the water deluge actually goes in, supposedly when it ignites, supposedly it should not produce any kind of visible, very highly visible flame. But watch this, what happened. Okay, okay, you can see this is where the kind of the, we can say, things goes wrong, or absolutely goes wrong. This is not normal. And I don't think a lot of people actually mention this, but if you notice, the rocket apparently it goes, um it actually goes back to the launch pad, but mostly it's because this part of the first stage, as the result of the explosion, it literally sinks the rockets down into the launch pad. If you see, watch here. If you see, there's some slight canter there. Okay, another one, and then another one. Last one. This one is one of the last point before we see the what apparently would be the first stage, uh first first stage tankage, upper tank explosion there. You can see this is where's the point. It's not going very well, and this is the full explosion that it causes, the that it causes the very mushroom cloud there. And this one actually happens on the uh, also Cape Canaveral, but you need to remember that Cape Canaveral is really big, and this one is in this case actually located on the Launch Complex 36. Okay, and according to what I can find online, especially, and also trying looking myself, Launch Complex 36 is from the distance of the if I remember Slick 41 or Slick 40 between these two. Okay, it actually it actually the distance between these two. Yeah, if I remember, it's Slick 40. Okay, this or Slick 41. Yeah, yeah. They actually said about this Slick 41 and LC 36. The distance between these two is actually the Slick 41 where the Atlas 5 will be launching today. The distance from the Atlas 5 launch pad today and also slash Vulcan Centaur rocket to this affected launch site. It's basic the LC 36 launch complex 36, whereas the only sole operational launch pad for the Blue Origin in general, or the only sole operational orbital launch pad, and also where the New Glenn actually launched. It's that one is actually around around 10 plus kilometers or around 8.1 miles. So yeah, fortunately, looks like it's not entirely affecting. Oh, sorry. Looks like it's not entirely affecting the timeline, but yeah. But yeah, as you can see, even Clear Usui actually very surprised about this stuff. I mean, I myself actually very surprised about this thing happened. Okay, and as you can see, this is the Blue Origin statement, and they said that like experience an anomaly during today's hot fire test. And fortunately, all of the Blue Origins personnel they are safe. But yeah, also even Jeff Bezos also also not only the founder of Amazon, but also considered as one of the im- head head of this Blue Origin company as well. Also similarly issued the same statement, and you can see. And not only that, it looks like it's also it also took away the transporter erector that carries the New Glenn rocket. And also even if I remember, yeah, most of the pad. And if I remember, even one of the lightning tower, if you see here, let me show you. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Yeah, where is it? If you want, yeah, if you want to know, notice this. Um, you can actually notice on the right lightning tower there. That one is actually to ensure that nothing goes wrong. If you see, that one is also in a sense also were knocked down as well. If you see on the right tower, right lightning strike tower there, you can see. If you notice the movement there, that one also, if I remember, collapsed from the explosion as well. Okay, and yeah, and also this is the huge implication what from this user actually says like this. Yeah, unfortunately, it's actually fully loaded for static fire, at least on the first stage when they try test this one. And because no alternative path, and also another one, it means that this this will be very huge. This will be one of the huge implication for the our team's timeline, because you need to remember that just 2 days before before NASA announcing their moon base, and especially the selection for the Blue Origin, for the moon, for the Blue Moon lander Mark 1. Okay, yeah, Mark 1. You try to imagine it, that's actually what happened 2 days before such tragic tragic and highly explosive event happening around the launch pad. So unfortunately we might see the timeline will be moved to somewhere, probably at the earliest, if only this will if only they can proceed, it will be late 2027, or worse, could be early 2028. So this is my best guesstimation, or maybe even mid 2028. Who knows if they even want to do it. So which means, well, in the foreseeable future, we don't even know if they are going to if NASA will be going properly back to the moon before the 2020s decade will even end. So yeah, it's a really high setback for the whole situation. And yeah, and also even Lucas, even Gavin Lucas here, also coming up with the tweet as well. He also said fortunately safe. And as well, yeah, this one also, yeah, and also initially he said that it might directly affect the flight for yesterday, the Starlink 1053. Fortunately, okay, and today will be the LA-07. So, but fortunately, it looks like if there's no much problem, hopefully LA-07 will be launched. Which, if you consider about this situation, it's quite ironic if you think about this. The supposed launch of the LN-01 for the Amazon Leo. Yeah, also you need to remember, because of this, you can say Blue Origin and Amazon Leo, something like that. They are practically linked out together because of one same person that actually that's also part of the people actually spearheading this program, the Jeff Bezos. So you can say it basically direct close link together. So that's basically the impact. And apparently from the unconfirmed reports, even I'm not 100% sure at this point, there is power outage and also even liquid nitrogen pouring out of the ground at around the Cape Canaveral. So yeah, but I think by now should be safe. Okay, and for now it looks like unaffected for the preparation. And yeah, even the live stream itself, if you see from what they are able to capture, this is literally what's happening on the NASA VIB, the vertical assembly building. It literally lights up the whole sky to the point it's literally bright orange like this. This one actually captured by NASA spaceflight as well. If I remember, even spaceflight now actually captured much detailed explosion. It's really highly energetic event as well. And this one is actually footage from the John CN, so I will show here, and we will go to the live as well. Don't worry, I'm not going to be long. Okay, so let's go. Here I'm going to show this one is from John CN. I'm going to show how it looks like. Okay, so as you can see, this is when things goes wrong, tries to ignite, and yeah, you can match the footage all together. This is what happened on the launch, near to the launch site. But also the sound actually took time as well, around 30 plus seconds, actually 35 seconds from the viewing side as well, at minimum. So, yeah, you can see, you can hear it literally explodes like that. And yeah, even looking at the speckles of the of it also kind of remind me to the Antares, how do I say, the failed Antares launch as well, back when they debuted with the Antares 130 variant. So it quite reminds me on that. So yeah, it's basically in the nutshell how the event looks like as well. But beside that, we might as well just actually focus with the we might as well actually focus with the stream. So let's go. Here, yeah, I'm not using from specifiers. That one is just only for me to check only whether or not we are good. Okay, so looks good. Okay, so here is it. Okay, on the launch pad, and looks like we might have some kind of delay because there is no countdown here so far. It's even correct. Oh, okay. They've already done their checklist as well. Maybe I would like to hear what's up.
Polling is complete and the team is no-go for launch due to weather constraints.
Okay. So it looks like apparently from what I can find right now, currently, from the stream, there are no go for the launch for today. Okay. So no go for launch today until but we are not discounting any possibility they might proceed at the last
This is
minute.
Atlas
So
Mission
we'll see.
Control at L-4 minutes and holding. We are currently in our planned hold while we wait for a new T0 because of weather. As you just heard in the poll, the range reported being red. However, for launch to continue, they would be referred to as green. For context, the range, or the eastern range, refers to a designated area extending
Okay.
from
So
Florida
I'll
through the
let them
southern
explain.
Atlantic Ocean. The range, operated by the U.S. Space Force, supports rocket launches from the east coast of the United States. This area is considered and reported to the launch team as green when the flight path is clear of boats or aircraft. In addition to keeping the public safe, the range also supports launch providers with communications and telemetry, as well as rocket tracking when in flight and weather forecasting.
Okay, so as you can see, the weather itself, even before the launch, actually the USSF, the United States Space Force, they actually issued a a launch weather report themselves as well. From the constraint, they said the chance of going go for the goal today would be 30%. So even if you look from the kind of weather today, if you look right now surrounding the launch pad as well, you can see it's quite, I can say, not really a very good color there. It's like quite mm, quite heavy and quite dense with very blackish cloud there. You know, basically we like to say here it's like it's going to be rainy if you it's going to be very rainy if it's going to rain for today. So you can see there's some kind of um there's some kind of streak there, slight blackish cloud streak. So that's that. And rather than
LCLD. Go LD. Please coordinate a new T0 of 235300. That's 2353 Zulu.
Roger, 2353-000.
okay,
ALC, please set the clock, 2353-000.
okay. So basically there
RCLC.
so
LRT,
basically
please coordinate with the range, new T0, 2353-000.
Roger.
okay, so basically they are using the 23 50 23 hours and 53 no, yeah, correct, 23 hours and 53 minutes of the UTC,
LC,
the
ALC.
Universal Time
Countdown
Coordinate.
clock has been set with new
So
T0
Zulu
of
is basically
23
the
colon 53 Zulu.
Roger.
so Zulu is basically the way how military people actually say UTC time. So basically that's that, but it's now technically being used, also being used by civilian as well. So basically
We are still
that's
on a hold
some
for
kind of
weather,
point.
but we are looking
So
at a
yeah.
new T0 at 7:53 p.m. Eastern
Oh.
Time.
Mhm.
The range is still no-go, but we'll be waiting to see if that clears again.
Okay, so still waiting for the weather clear as well. If the weather did not clear on the launch site as well, especially where we are looking right now, this is from the Slick 41, Space Launch Complex 41. So if it's not clear for launch, it means there's not going to be launch today. There could be possibility it's not going to be even for tomorrow. Tomorrow probably we might see around 2 3 days from now. So yeah, also around the time where our Gawai Daya celebrations already start kicking in full motion. I mean, even by now, I've already seen like people have already moving, going to into their respective villages. So it's quite, how do I say, quite not really like eerily silence. It's just like not not the kind of typical silence usually I will usually on daily basis. But yeah, understandable because here in Sarawak in and also in Borneo, we have usually Dayak people, myself included. I'm actually Ibanese. I'm Iban people anyways. But yeah, but to give you some context, usually we have the Gawai Daya celebration. That one is actually to celebrate the bountiful resultant of the bountiful harvest and whatnot. And originally, usually for most part of our life, it's like we are practically uh and enemies, if I remember correctly. We basically like pagan with some kind of traditions and values about here and there. That one is used to be back when we are still how do I say back we are still in the back when we are not yet
LC, RC, channel 1.
RC.
okay.
The new T0 of 23 colon 53 colon 00 Zulu has been coordinated and approved on the range.
Roger. All right, team, we have an approved T0. Yep. L count is about to hit L minus 13 minutes. We'll re-perform the status check at L minus 7 minutes.
Okay, so that's basically we are listening in. So looks like already approved, presumably also approved by the USSF as well. So yeah, and also just to continue just a little bit what I want to say. Yeah, that one also in some ways and others as well. We especially for us here in Sarawak, basically we the native people back then. We used not we used to be enemies, aka we basically just believe uh whatever we want to believe with our culture stuff in here and there. You know, that's pretty typical and normal in any kind of cultural situation. But at some point we mostly but at some point um when Brooke literally just came in and you know, Brooke literally came in to Sarawak and eventually expands to the point of the border, uh, current border of our homeland, homestead, something like that. Yeah. Eventually, most of us just just follows the Christianity. Yeah, most of us follow the Christianity. So so for the majority of us, we don't do this kind of the mirroring part. We don't even do that kind of stuff anymore. For the true Christian, but some of them are still doing it till this day. Yeah, yeah. Even till this day, if even if you actually bother to search some on the YouTube as well, you do see how you actually see how the mirroring procedure were done as well. So yeah, but
This is Atlas Mission Control at L-11 minutes and counting. We've coordinated a new T0 with the range of 7:53 p.m. Eastern. Rocket Ship and Spaceship, which will soon join ULA's fleet, are ULA's specially designed cargo ships, delivering our rockets to launch sites in California and Florida. Let's take a look at this unique capability.
okay,
Following production in Decatur, Alabama,
so let's
ULA's
I'll let
Vulcan rockets are shipped to launch
ULA
sites in
just
Florida
show
and
you
California
about
using
the
ULA's
rocket
specially designed
in
cargo
in
ships.
general. So yeah,
Rocket Ship, currently in use, and Spaceship, which will soon join ULA's fleet, each span more than 300 feet and carry more
or
than
basically almost
500,000
100
pounds.
meters, should be around
Designed to
80 plus
navigate the open
meters
sea or narrow
of
rivers,
the length.
maneuver in depths as little as 8 feet.
More than
These are no
500,000
ordinary cargo ships.
pounds. It would be around 200
Traveling with several
250,000
professional
plus
this certified
of
crew
kilograms.
includes the captain, navigational officers or captain's mates, engineers, an oiler, a bosun, seamen, and stewards, as well as river advisors when traveling through Baton Rouge. Delivering Vulcan to the launch site begins with designing the load plan, which is a blueprint showing how and where rocket components
Okay, so
will
this is
safely fit in
how
the
they
ship's
actually
cargo bay.
fits the rocket inside
The
the
load plan includes the
cargo
lashing
ship
plan,
as well.
detailing how rocket components will be secured during transportation to prevent shifting or tipping in rough waters. With the load plan approved, ULA's Decatur technicians transport hardware to the dock, then load and secure each rocket component in the ship's cargo bay. Once fully loaded,
Yeah, so
the
this
crew
is
prepares for
how
their
the
departure,
procedure looks like.
casting off from Alabama on the Tennessee River, about 556 feet above sea level. The crew
Or
navigates
basically
through
around
numerous locks and
120,
dams
130
as they
plus
pass through Tennessee
meters
and the Tennessee
above the sea
Blues.
level.
To accommodate for weight imbalances in the cargo
Yeah.
bay, the chief mate is responsible for ballasting the vessel, which requires pumping water in and out of the ship's ballast tanks to maintain the stability of the ship.
Yeah, so basically that's it. And
Entering into Kentucky, the ship merges onto the Ohio
okay,
River,
still
followed
moving.
by a turn south, all the way down the Mississippi River.
Yeah, so you can see
Passing
how
through Baton Rouge
ULA
and New
actually
Orleans,
transport their
the ship
rocket
nearly
using
reaches St.
using the river transportation system.
At the Gulf, the route varies
I guess
depending on the
maybe us
For
here in
shipments to
Sarawak,
Cape
in
Canaveral
Borneo,
Space
maybe
Force Station
maybe
in
if we
Florida,
want to
which
do
takes
this kind of
approximately 8 to 10 days.
rocket launches,
The route
maybe this
continues
would be very
southeast across the
relevant.
Gulf, around
Yeah.
Dry Tortugas, the most southern
So yeah,
point in the
or
U.S.
and maybe in case you
After
don't want to
following
know,
the Florida Keys into the
553
the ship arrives in
feet
Port Canaveral.
above the sea level, it will
For
translate around
shipments to
130
Vandenberg
plus
Space Force
meters
Base,
above
route
the
continues
sea
southeast,
level.
crossing through the
Yeah,
Gulf
just in case
and
I
into the
didn't say that
Caribbean Sea.
this on record, due to the sometimes confuse a bit
After
if
passing
I
through the
actually
Panama
open my
Canal, the crew enters
mic
the
here.
Pacific Ocean for around
Okay,
12
so you can see
days
here,
and arrives to the dock at
it's basically
Vandenberg
like,
after approximately
yeah, it's
21 days
basically
of travel.
like a
At
big
either destination,
complicated turns
the
there,
flight
and then
hardware is then unloaded
the
and
U-turn,
transported for stacking
and then the
and
U-turn
launch.
initiate around the Panama Canal, and then eventually just go into the launch pad here and there. That one is
Following the range
mostly
being no-go due to
very,
weather, the team will now repeat the poll.
yeah.
As a reminder, this is the final
Basically,
status check
that
of
one
the
is
Atlas
very
V vehicle, ground
relevant,
systems, the
especially
payload, and U.S.
there
Space Force
when they
Station
are going to
range.
launch
Let's
later on
listen in again as the team conducts the
for
poll.
the yeah, for the Vulcan Centaur launches, but for now, not yet. And so yeah, and so far we are going.
L-7 minutes. Status check to proceed with terminal count. Atlas systems, propulsion.
Go.
Hydraulics.
Okay,
Go.
so we are going
Pneumatics.
Go.
for the
LO2.
readiness
Go.
polling here.
Water.
Go, no go here.
Centaur systems, propulsion.
Okay,
Go.
Atlas systems all go.
Pneumatic.
Go.
LO2.
Go.
LO2. LH.
Go.
ASCAP.
Go.
Okay, all Centaur
Electrical
systems are
are
go.
Go.
Ground.
Go.
Facility.
Go.
RFFTS.
Go.
Flight control.
Go.
GCQ.
Go.
Op support.
Go.
Com.
Go.
Okay, all electrical systems are go.
Umbilicals.
Go.
Environmental control system.
Go.
Red line monitor. Go. Quality.
Go.
Op safety manager.
Go.
ULA safety officer.
Go.
Vehicle system engineer.
Go.
Anomaly chief.
Go.
Range and weather.
Go.
Launch director.
You have permission to launch.
Okay, so all other system has already gone. All
AOC
systems are go.
T0 is set
So
for
go poll
23.
has already initiated.
Polling is complete and the team is go for launch. From now until liftoff,
So
ULA's launch
basically,
conductor will lead the team through the
green
final
board,
steps in
get
today's
ready for the
countdown.
launch.
This includes verifying propellant levels and pressures
Okay.
in both the booster and Centaur tanks,
And
as
this
well
is
as
what you're
arming the ordnance
looking
for
right now.
ignition, stage separation,
Looks
and
like the
flight
missions
termination.
will be
At
go
T-1
will
minute,
be
the
going
reach will
for the
confirm it is in a
launch.
green
And
condition
this
for
is
launch,
actually very good.
meaning there are no constraints such as boats,
But yeah,
aircraft, or
the
weather,
weather
and that all
situation
tracking systems
are
ready.
pretty unique here.
At
So
T-minus 25
hopefully
seconds,
we
you'll
are
hear
properly
Atlas,
go.
Go Centaur, Go Amazon Leo. The final
Yeah,
status check for
basically the
rocket
final
and
countdown
payload.
at the
In the
minus
final seconds, the launch
5
pad's
minutes
water deluge
mark.
system will activate, followed moments later by booster engine ignition.
Then, after liftoff, you'll hear ULA's flight commentator Sarah Kelly providing live updates as the rocket ascends
Okay,
into
so
space.
just to give you a bit quick update of this one. Okay. Okay, just to give
This
you
is
a
Atlas Mission
quick
Control at T-minus 4
update
minutes and counting. We
about the
anticipate
rocket
releasing
itself.
the hold
This
in a few
rocket
minutes.
configuration is the
These planned
Atlas
holds allow for the
5
team to work through any issues that may
551.
occur during the launch
Yeah,
time.
Atlas
You may have
5
noticed a countdown clock
551
in the top left corner of your screen.
rocket
This
configuration
clock represents
with
the
the
amount of time
five
remaining until
five
launch,
solid
including
rocket
the time during the planned
solid
holds.
rocket boosters
The
on the
engineers follow the T-minus count, which
on the
represents
first
the
stage
time
booster.
remaining until
That one
launch without the planned
used to
holds.
be powered by AJ60, but were replaced by GEM 63. Okay, and also the 5 on the front actually indicates 5 meters of payload payload fairing height. Okay, T minus 4 minutes, and it's already released whole and no longer
355.
no longer holding anymore. So the
countdown
flight
clock has
is
resumed. We are
go.
go for launch
So
at
T minus
7:53
and
p.m.
also
Eastern.
L minus is
After liftoff, ULA's
going
Atlas 5 rocket will fly
right now,
northeast through
synchronizing
Space Launch
for the
Complex 41.
final
Here's a look
final
at today's
countdown
flight.
before the launch. Okay, I'll let them explain anyways. So yeah, let's go.
Following final confirmation of rocket readiness, the RD-180 engine and 5 solid rocket boosters ignite to produce more than 2 million pounds of thrust, lifting ULA's Atlas V rocket away from the pad. Shortly after liftoff, the rocket begins a pitchover to attain the proper flight path while minimizing the dynamic pressure it experiences
Yeah,
during
more than
flight.
2 million pounds,
Atlas then reaches
basically
Mach 1
around
at the speed of
1
sound.
plus
The addition
matrix
5
of
solid
tons
rocket
of
boosters, or
thrust
SRBs,
in total.
precisely augment the liftoff thrust of the Atlas V, giving it the power to
Okay,
deliver the payload
so
to
this is
orbit.
how it looks like
Their
for this
propellant
mission.
expired approximately 96 seconds into ascent. The SRBs burn out, followed by jettison.
Okay,
Atlas's
so this
guidance
is how it
system
looks
then
like.
begins steering towards the precise target in space.
And which in turn I need to
Amazon's
tell
LEO
you
satellites are encapsulated inside
that
a
the
5-meter
RD-180
diameter
engines
payload
on
which
the
provides protection to the spacecraft
first
during
stage.
descent.
Okay, so that's
After
basically
crossing the
why
Kármán line, entering
payload fairing
space,
is very important
payload
to
fairing is jettisoned.
protect it from the aerodynamics
With the majority of propellant
load
expended
and whatnot
fighting against the
while
force of
on the
gravity,
flight
the RD-180
on
engine shuts
around
down
the
and
Earth's
booster
atmosphere
stage separates.
and then
The
eventually it's
rocket then
ditched
begins second stage flight,
when it
weighing
reaches
less than
speed, and then
7% of what it did
you can
at
see here.
liftoff. ULA's high-performance Centaur with its RL-10 engine ignites, powering the upper stage and spacecraft into a
Okay,
circular
so
low
that's
Earth orbit.
basically how the missions do
The first burn comes
did
to an
right
end
now.
with engine shutdown.
And this,
Centaur
okay,
then rotates into the precise position to release Amazon's LEO satellites.
okay, so that's
Spacecraft
basically
that
how
will
the
deliver fast, reliable internet to customers around the
mission
world.
looks like.
Securing
And yeah,
Centaur LO2.
And need to remind you that the RD-180 engines is
140.
basically a derivative from the RD-170 rocket engines that's basically
Arms.
used to be
T-minus 90
for the
seconds. The launch vehicle, ground
Energia
systems,
rocket.
payload, and
That
eastern range are go for launch.
RD-170 rocket
For
engines
those
is
of you just
basically
tuning in, I'm Pam Ziert, joined by
it's
Austin Hill for
basically
tonight's live
I'm
coverage
sorry,
of ULA's
it's
Atlas
basically a
V
four
launch of
rocket
Amazon
rocket
LA-07.
engines stacked together,
At this time, the
while
team is not
RD
reporting any
180
issues, and we're
80
proceeding
engines
towards
is
liftoff at
basically
7:53
two,
p.m. Eastern.
two rocket engines stacked together. It's basically the half cut version of the RD 170. So basically, this is RD 180 looks like. Okay, T minus 1 minute, 60 seconds, and just to give you a bit want to what I would like to say before we launch is that the T minus and L minus in a sense is practically similar, but L actually stands for launch and T actually stands for terminal
Stable at
countdown. So that's basically it. But T sounds way much more cooler, so we use T minus. T minus 30 seconds.
28.
Get ready.
Verify ECS roost for launch.
Okay, so
25.
it's going to
Status
be
check.
launched
Go Atlas. Go Centaur.
at the
Go Leo.
51.9 degrees orbital inclination. It will go around 500 590
T-minus
kilometers if I
10,
remember. Okay, T
9,
minus 10,
8,
9, 8,
7,
7,
6,
6, 5,
4,
4. Here we go. Are the 180
2.
engines?
We have
Main engine ignition.
1.
And we have ignition of the Gem 63. Five solids of it has already ignited and liftoff from the Cape Canaveral Space Force Station. Liftoff from the Space Launch Complex 41, Slick 41, launching of the Atlas V 551 rocket configuration carrying the Amazon Leo LA-07, carrying 29 satellites for the Spur constellation. And okay, pitch, yaw, and roll program has also already complete. Okay, Mach 1, it goes supersonic, and even before it reaches supersonic, the RD 180 rocket engines should have already going throttle down to 60% to reduce the aerodynamic loads. Okay, before it reaches to this kind of max Q. And max Q is basically the peak mechanical stress fully loaded on the rocket itself as the atmospheric Earth's atmosphere density and the velocity when these two meets together at its highest peak, it will induce super stress to the rocket itself. And usually if it passes through the max Q, there's not much need to worry anymore. Okay, and the SRB has already tapered off, has already burned out, and getting ready in for the SRB jettison. So yeah, it's pretty nice. And with all 5 SRBs jettisoned and separated.
Guidance initiated. Vehicle has entered a closed loop steering program.
All right. So a closed loop guidance has already initiated as well. That's very good.
For 2 minutes into flight. Coming up next, the Atlas V rocket
Looks
will
like
transition to closed loop
fortunately
steering,
we have launched almost before the launch window closed. So that's actually pretty good.
While it may seem
It's
like
still
engineers
launched
are
despite
commanding each step in
the
real
30%
time, that work is done in
weather
advance and
constraint.
tested in ULA's
So yeah,
System
it's
Integrations
pretty
Lab
good.
in Denver. On launch day, the team is focused on
Oh,
monitoring
you can
the
see
data
there
coming
the
back
cloud
from the
there.
rocket
Wow.
to make sure everything is performing as expected.
Oh, this is the view you can see there. That's why I said 30%, but they still go anyways.
The vehicle is holding acceleration steady in preparation for PLF jettison.
Okay, get ready for the payload fairing jettison, aka separation. We will see that soon. And you can see on the flight, looks pretty good. Okay, the downwind range almost 180 kilometers. Altitude right now already 130 kilometers. And we have payload fairing jettison and separation as well. And if you notice inside the payload fairing as well, it looks something like a little bit of padding here and there,
We've
right?
now heard confirmation
That
of
one is
payload fairing
actually,
jettison. This composite
actually,
fairing
if I
protected
remember,
the
that one
spacecraft
is
as it
the
pushed through the harshest
aluminum
parts of Earth's
alloy
atmosphere.
Coming up is
part.
cutoff of the Atlas first stage
Part that
engine
one is
and
actually to
separation of the
absorb.
booster stage, followed by
That one is
ignition
actually
of
to
ULA's Centaur second
absorb
stage
the
engine.
acoustic.
These events occur when the first stage
That
has
one is
escaped
actually
Earth's
to
atmosphere,
absorb
getting
the
above the
acoustic
carbon line and entering into space.
sound and
ULA's
also
Centaur upper
pressure and
stage with
whatnot
the Amazon
to
LEO
keep
satellites
the
attached then takes over on a
satellites
trajectory to a precise
safe
location
inside
in
the
low Earth orbit.
payload
Let's
and to
listen in
ensure
as we
that it's
approach these
not going
milestones.
to be a problem
30
as well.
seconds remaining until BECO.
Okay, get ready for 30 seconds
We've begun the
before
boost phase chill down to prepare the second stage.
booster engine cut off. Okay, so yeah, I should have mentioned the RD-180 should be booster engine, but that one is actually due to the legacy haul off from the earlier
TU
Atlas
to open loop control.
Atlas
Boost phase
mission.
chill down complete.
So that's why they are still using this as the BICO designation instead of MICO. MICO is on the
BECO. RD-180
Centaur
burn has
stage.
concluded.
Okay, BICO booster engine cut off.
Booster separation confirmed.
Okay, we have booster separation confirmed.
Centaur
That one
fuel
on the
and
first
liquid
stage,
oxygen
retro
pre-start.
rocket has already fired to properly separate it. Pre-start on the Centaur upper
RL-10
stage engine,
ignition and ramp to
and
full
the
thrust.
RL-10 engines has already ignited as well
Performance
for the
phenomenal.
main engine start number 1.
This is
And
Atlas
here we
Mission
go.
Control
This one
at
is
outpost 4 minutes,
specifically
50
the
seconds. We just heard
RL-10C.
ULA's flight commentator confirm the successful completion
The
of the early
upper
milestones
stage
in
tank
today's flight,
actually
and
calls
all
as the
systems continue to
Centaur
operate
3,
nominally.
but
We have
the
about 13
engine
minutes
here
until we
is
reach our next mission event, shutdown of Centaur's main
RL-10C.
engine.
So yeah,
During
looks pretty
operating
good.
commentary, we'll continue to stream live animation
So
from
that's
flight.
pretty good. That's pretty good. This is what we would like to know so far. Okay, so that's it.
Format switch to TDRS compatible data rates. Signal strength remains nominal.
Okay, so right now the signal has already changed into the TDRS, TDRS. TDRS actually stands for tracking data or tracking data and relay satellite. Okay, so that's basically in the nutshell that one is to specifically to track.
Centaur PU has transitioned to closed loop control.
Okay, so right now going into the loop, closed loop. Okay, closed loop guidance. So
RCS thermal conditioning firings continue as expected.
okay, so it continues as expected. So that's pretty good as well. Right now
Vehicle
we
continues down the center of the range track and is 680 miles downrange.
okay, looks good as well. As you can see, the perigee altitude, basically the lowest point of the altitude, sorry, the weather conditions, seasonal changes is really, really strains my own body. but it's okay. I'm still here. Don't worry about me, guys.
Preliminary assessment
But
of booster performance at +1 sigma to our pre-flight predictions.
okay, so basically it's within the launch prediction as well, within the basically like the significance importance still within
Expected
the
attitude
limit, so
adjustment to
that's
align
pretty
with
good.
TDRS East satellite.
Okay, so that's basically another good one we listen in. Right now, this is the real-time animation telemetry. So if you see something like here, it moves like every 1 second. It's because of that, because of
TU
the
system operating
using
as
the TDRS
expected, working to optimize thermal
TDRS
usage for today's
data.
flight.
So it's basically relayed every 1 to half a second, 1 and also half a seconds of data. So we see this kind of lagginess here, but don't worry, everything looks fine so far.
RCS duty cycling as expected.
Okay, so that's pretty good. And if you see from the lowest, from the perigee altitude, which is the lowest point of altitude,
Vehicle is
lowest
1,050
lowest
miles
point of
downrange, traveling at
of Earth's altitude,
12,440 miles
it's
per
still
hour.
on the negative regime here, negative period there, with less below negative 4,000 kilometers there. So it still needs to do its job, but for the apogee altitude, which is the highest point of
Data quality
altitude
continues to be nominal.
of the rocket itself, of the payload itself, it's quite already maintained around that point, so it's no longer need to rise up that much as opposed to trying to properly circularize uh, the orbit itself. So for now, the highest, how do I say, so for now, for the um highest
RCS
special
flying
care.
temperatures have converged to bottle temperatures as expected.
Okay, RCS line. Basically, RCS is reaction control system. So that's that. Okay. Okay, and even if, as you can see from the inclination, the inclination right now almost approaching to 51.9 degrees there. So that's pretty good. And for the flight, it's almost 10 minutes into the flight.
Vehicle continues down the center of the range track and is 1,430 miles downrange.
Okay, so that's also pretty good indication we hear so far. Okay, 10 minutes into the flight. Okay, in the time itself. Okay, 10 minutes, T plus 10 minutes, 600 seconds into the flight. Everything looks nominal. Okay, and just to give you the context as well, the first stage booster, yeah, the first stage booster of the Atlas 5 is actually powered by
The
the.
system continues to drive toward an optimal mixture ratio.
Okay, so really good mixed ratio of the oxidizer to the fuel itself, pretty good as well. Okay, in case you want to know, the first stage of the Atlas 5 rocket were actually powered by the Carolox propellant, which is the liquid oxygen as the oxidizer, and the super refined kerosene, the rocket propellant one, RP1, as the fuel itself. RP1 were specifically chosen because it has little to no lead contamination that usually if you try to ignite it as usual, it can damage the engine operation itself. So that's why they are using the RP1. And also another second reason is that because of
Vehicle is
the
now traveling over 13,500
because you
miles
want
per hour and is
okay,
370 miles from Earth.
and also because you want the best kind of amount of thrust efficiency and also engine efficiency. So that's why they are using the RP1 in typical scenario. And for the second stage here, the main engine stages here, that's currently running right now. That one is actually powered by the hydrolox propellant, the liquid oxygen as the oxidizer, but the
After MECO 1,
liquid
there will be a 3-minute coast
oxygen.
period before starting today's spacecraft separation sequence. We are
Okay,
carrying 29 satellites that will join Amazon's LEO constellation. There will be 10 deploy
okay,
events, 3 events per tier, 3 satellites each, and a final 2 satellite separation from the cake topper. Each deployment event is spaced 1 to 3 minutes apart. Each separation will be initiated with an ARM command, followed by a deploy command from the ULA flight computer. After the deployments occur, there will be a roll maneuver if required to the next SV separation attitude, and a settling event to maximize the relative distance between spacecraft. After which, Amazon will maneuver their assets to their operational orbits.
okay. So that's basically what we hear so far. Okay, so basically maybe you hear why.
All vehicle parameters continue to be nominal.
Yeah, so maybe you hear actually why the spacecraft, especially the
5
satellites,
minutes
need
to
to.
Miko.
Okay, 5 minutes before the main gen cutoff, Miko. Okay, in case you want to know why these satellites need to be separated one by one, is that the logic is pretty simple because you don't want to collide this. You don't want simultaneous separation and then it collides with each other. When if it's collide with each other, well, unfortunately, it's going to be a Kessler syndrome scenario happening right on the spot.
Engine
So that's
operating
why.
parameters continue to look good.
So that's why when it's separate, when the satellite separated from this banana payload dispenser. I like to call this banana payload dispenser anyways, due to the bunching around here and there inside it. Okay, and that's why when it's separated, it needs to be separated very slowly and gently, yeah, slowly and gently, like one by one, for 1 to
Vehicle is
3 minutes.
3,600 miles downrange,
The,
traveling over 14,900 miles per hour.
yeah, from basically 1 to 3 minutes of spacing between each other, before it separates again and again, and this will happen as well, to the first 10 deployments, and the last one will be only two will be deployed, but but the first up until the ninth deployment of the Amazon Leo satellite, it will be
We are now 15
it
minutes
w-
into
uh,
today's flight.
it should be
All vehicle parameters continue to be stable.
yeah, it should be the first it should be the first three satellites will be separated, and then before the final 10th deployment with only two satellites to be deployed. And yeah, how do I say? Okay, the main gen stages here
PU
on the
system continues
Centaur
to operate
3
as
rocket
expected.
engines. Sorry, Centaur 3 upper stage on the RL-10C rocket engines there. It actually powers by the liquid oxygen as the oxidizer and the liquid hydrogen as the fuel itself. This one specifically were chosen because not only it's highly energetic if it tries to burn, but also because liquid
Vehicle is
hydrogen is
3,100 miles downrange,
but because
traveling
hydrogen
over
is pretty
15,800 miles per hour.
yeah, but also because hydrogen is pretty light element as well, so it can go
2 minutes
goes
to
much more
Miko.
precise, goes into the orbit much more precisely, and also because in terms of the exhaust
RCS
velocity,
duty cycling as expected.
especially for the specific impulse, it's really the highest top of all of the um chemical rocket engines powering there. So that's why liquid hydrogen were used, even though recently metalox also were used as well. The oxidizer will be the same, but the but instead of liquid hydrogen as the fuel, it replaced with the liquid methane. That one is because it has hydrogen more per hydrogen molecule, while at the same time much more denser in comparison to the liquid hydrogen. So that's why in recent time, liquid
1 minute to Miko.
yeah 1 minute before the main gen cutoff. So that's why the liquid methane are now reused as basically
Vehicle is
a very
3,600
viable
miles downrange, traveling
substitution
over
to the liquid
16,600 miles per hour.
hydrogen as well, and also because it's less cooler, less cold, in comparison to the liquid
All
hydrogen.
vehicle
So
operating
technically,
parameters
liquid
continue to be
methane is
nominal.
much more easier to handle with in the first
30
place.
seconds to Miko.
Okay, 30 seconds before main gen cutoff, and as you can see, the perigee altitude, the lowest point of the altitude itself, is already rising, 100 plus kilometers right now.
This is
And the
Atlas Mission
apogee
Control at
altitude,
L
the
plus
highest point of
17
the
minutes.
altitude of
We're
this
coming up on the end of
rocket
the
and
first
the
of two
payload,
Centaur upper stage
it's
burns.
slightly reducing, but it's still within the limit. And the orbital inclination is 51.859 degrees and should be hearing main gen cutoff.
VU to open loop control.
Okay, open loop
Miko,
control.
this concludes the first burn of the Centaur upper stage.
Okay, Miko, main engine cutoff has already
RTX on
confirmed.
for settling.
We've just heard confirmation of the successful
Okay,
first burn.
so right
In about
now in the
2.5 minutes, we'll begin the
preliminary
deployment sequence
orbit
for
right
21
now,
LEO
it's
satellites into low Earth
the
orbit. This
4G
will take about
altitude.
16
The
and a half minutes to
highest point
complete.
of the altitude is 445.25 kilometers and counting up of the altitude, with the perigee altitude of 442.73 kilometers. So this is the preliminary orbit right now, so it's pretty good. And right now,
Vehicle parameters remain nominal.
okay, the parameters remains nominal. This is another call out that we would like to hear as well. Okay, so next would be the first with the first out of out of 10 deployment here. We will see the first three will be separated, which will bring the total count to 3 out of 29 satellites to be deployed for this Amazon Leo LA-07 launch. And in case you want to know, LA actually stands for Leo America. So that's that if you're very
Vehicle is now
curious.
coasting just over 17,000 miles per hour.
Yeah, in case you are very curious of the naming itself, so that's that. Okay, so by now the velocity should have already gone just around 27,700 kilometers per hour. Should be a little bit higher or lower, but that one is pretty nominal, which means everything is fine and normal as well. And we shall see the deployment soon to be happen. Let's see.
First separation event coming up in about 30 seconds.
Okay, 30 seconds before first separation.
This is Atlas Mission Control at L plus
For
20
this
minutes
Amazon
and 30
Leo
seconds. We're
LA-07.
coming up on the start of the LEO satellite deployment sequence.
Okay, get ready in.
Arm command sent.
Okay, should be on the lowest portion of it.
Deploy command sent. Confirmation of 3 LEO satellites successfully separated.
And
Next event
here we
in just
go.
over
We
2
have
minutes.
the first out of 3 sets of the Amazon Leo LA-07 has already separated, which right now bringing total count of the separation event 3 out of 29 satellites of the Amazon Leo
Vehicle has begun
LA-07
performing a roll
for
maneuver for the next
7
SV sub event.
07 has already
This is
separated.
Atlas Mission
That's
Control
actually
at L
pretty
plus
good.
21 minutes and 20 seconds. We just heard confirmation of the first of 10 events to deploy all
Okay,
29
slight
satellites for
roll
Amazon's
maneuver,
Atlas
but
V LEO 7 mission.
this is pretty normal as well.
LEO is Amazon's low Earth orbit satellite constellation, designed to deliver fast, reliable internet to customers beyond the reach of existing networks. The initial constellation will include more than 3,000 satellites, and their altitude allows for lower latency than traditional satellite systems.
Yeah, so
Each
basically this
satellite
is
uses electric propulsion for orbit
so you can
raising, maneuvering, avoiding collisions,
so
and
basically
safely
this
orbiting
is
at the end
a
of its mission. They also
one of
use
the
optical
competitor from
intersatellite links, infrared lasers that
by
transfer
the
data
Amazon
between
Leo.
spacecraft, forming a secure network in
Yeah, one of
space.
the competitor
deploy
to
the
the
satellites, all 29 are mounted to a
SpaceX
dispenser system
Starlink.
attached
So
to
that's
ULA's
that
Centaur
as
upper
well.
stage.
So this is in
Today's
case you want to
dispenser
know
consists
as
of
well.
3 tiers of 9 satellites each, with an additional 2 satellites on the final
Okay.
tier, referred to by engineers as the cake topper.
Once Centaur reaches the
Oh,
target
okay.
deployment altitude, the
Cake
satellites are
topper.
released 3 at a time,
Okay,
with
so
short pauses in between, starting with the bottom tier. During
okay,
this
so
process,
the
ULA engineers
cake
are closely
topper on
monitoring
the
data to confirm each
upper
deployment is
portion.
successful
Okay,
and that
that's
all
pretty
systems remain
interesting.
healthy.
So
We have
yeah.
9 more deployments.
Okay, so we have a little bit of weird internet
Arm command sent.
disconnection, but it's okay. It's
Deploy
still not
command
affecting.
sent.
Okay, get ready in.
Confirmation of 3 more LEO satellites successfully
Okay.
separated. Next event is
Okay.
in just over 2 minutes.
So that's actually pretty good. We have second deployment of the Amazon Leo LA-07 satellite constellation launch.
RCS
This
on
one.
for settling.
So right now we have
Begin
6
roll
out of
maneuver in
29
preparation of next separation event.
satellites to be has already deployed right now so far. So this is actually pretty good as well. And get ready in as we are still going on.
Vehicle battery voltages remain stable.
Okay, so far the onboard uh for the onboard internal power is still going on, remain stable as well, just like we hear from the mission control there. Okay, you can see the perigee altitude and also the apogee altitude is just slightly fluctuating, but that's pretty normal. Not 100%
Vehicle is
perfect circular,
6,300 miles downrange.
not a
Fuel
really
coasting just over
perfect
17,000 miles per hour.
circular orbit, but it's okay. That's actually pretty fine as well. Okay, still costing around more than 27,000
Next
kilometers
step
per
event in
hour.
30 seconds.
Get ready in for another separation as well. Get ready in for the third deployment of this Amazon Leo LA-07 mission. Get ready in, which will be,
Arm command sent.
okay, here we go. Let's listen in.
Deploy command sent. Confirmation of 3 more LEO
Okay.
satellites successfully separated. Next event is in 2 minutes.
Okay, so the lowest portion bunch of this banana payload dispenser has already done its job right now. So which now bringing in the third deployment, which now bringing in 9 out of 29 Amazon Leo's LA-07
RCS
satellites
on for
has
settling.
already separated for this mission, has already been deployed as well. So that's pretty good. Let's look and watch as the middle lower part of the banana payload dispenser to be separated as well. We will see that soon as well. So stay tuned. We are still looking in, and yeah, uh, all is fine so far.
Antenna switching TDRS satellites as expected.
And we are getting ready in for the fourth payload for the fourth separate how do I say, for the fourth deployment of this mission as well, which after deployment will be 20 it will be 12 not 21, what I'm thinking about, it's going to be 12 out of 29 satellites to be deployed as well. We will see that soon. And the apogee, the highest altitude, and also the perigee altitude, lowest
30
altitude,
seconds to the next SEP event.
basically it's just fluctuating, but that's pretty normal. That's good as well. Get ready in for the next event. And usually for Amazon Leo, if they want to make it operational, they will just use the electric thruster on board
Arm command sent.
just to send it into the operational orbit.
Deploy command sent.
Okay, let's go.
Confirmation of 3 more LEO satellites successfully separated.
Okay.
Next event is in just under 2 minutes.
Okay, so we have the fourth deployment of the Amazon Leo
RCS on for settling.
LA-07, which right now bringing
Begin
up
roll
the
maneuver in
total
preparation of next
count,
separation event.
12 out of 29 satellites to be deployed. And get ready in for the fourth, it's not fourth, what I'm saying, it's going to be fifth deployment, which after the deployment, it's going to be 15 out of 29 Amazon Leo
Vehicle
LA-07
parameters remain nominal.
satellites constellation to be deployed as well. So we'll see that soon. And maybe for now, I'll just keep myself a little bit relaxed here, because as you have heard my voice right now, not really good. Yeah. still a little bit kind of sick due to the seasonal and also
Vehicle is
also weather
7,400
changes,
miles
so that's
downrange.
why. But other than that, I'm still fine, so don't worry about me.
30 seconds to the next SEP event.
Okay, less than 30 seconds. Get ready in.
Arm command sent. Deploy command sent. Confirmation of 3 more LEO satellites successfully separated. Next event is in just under 2 minutes.
Okay, so basically the fifth deployment has already confirmed.
RCS on for settling.
For the fifth
Begin roll
deployment
maneuver in
has already
preparation of next
confirmed
separation
as
event.
well, which now bringing 15 out of 29 Amazon LEO LA-07 satellites constellation to be has already deployed. So we will see the sixth deployment as well, which will bring the total count of 18 out of 29 satellites to be deployed as well. We will see that soon.
Fuel tank pressures remain stable. Thirty seconds to the next SEP event.
Okay, get ready in for 30 seconds left before the sixth deployment as well. We will see that soon.
Arm command sent. Deploy command sent. Confirmation of 3 more LEO satellites successfully separated. Next event is in just over 1.5 minutes.
Okay, so we have six deployment of the Amazon Leo LA-07, which now bringing up the total countdown, total
RCS
count
on for
of the
settling.
18 of 29 Amazon Leo LA-07 to be that has already been deployed and separated from the payload firing dispenser. You can see the banana payload firing dispenser. So the the lower portion has already complete already vacant out, and we will see the upper portion to be separated next as well. We will see that soon. Which will be for the seventh deployment
Vehicle is
of this
8,200 miles downrange.
mission
Just over
for the Amazon
17,000 miles per
Leo
hour.
LA-07, which afterward will bring the total count to not 18, I'm talking about 21 of 29 satellites
30
to be
seconds to
deployed
the
as
next
well.
SEP event.
We are getting ready in. Let's see. Let's watch and let's listen into the commentary. Okay, the real commentary. So we will hear that soon.
Arm command sent. Deploy command sent. Confirmation of 3 more LEO satellites successfully separated.
Okay,
Next
we
event
have.
is in 90 seconds.
Okay, so we have full another successful separation as well and deployment for the
RCS
seventh
on for
deployment of
settling.
the Amazon Leo LA-07 satellites
Begin roll
constellation,
maneuver in preparation of next separation event.
which already bringing up the total count 21 out of 20 out of 29 that has already separated and deployed from the Centaur payload upper stage there, the payload dispenser, so already done its job as well. So the middle upper portion has already begun its job as well, and then followed by the another last, and then afterward, after finish all of this, the last two sets on the cat topper, the upper part of the payload dispenser
30
will be
seconds to the next
deployed as
event.
well, but that one will be 2 instead of 3, so we will hear that. Okay, get ready for the 8th deployment of this Amazon Leo LA-07 satellites constellation here soon. Less than 30 seconds, let's listen in.
Arm command sent. Deploy command sent. Confirmation of 3 more LEO satellites successfully separated. Next event is in just under 90 seconds.
Okay, so we have another 8 deployment already confirmed right now, which right now bringing up for the total count mission Amazon Leo LA-07, which right now after the
RTS on for
8th
settling.
deployment, right now bringing up the total count 24 out of
Begin
29
gold maneuver
satellites
in
to be
preparation of next separation
that's
event.
already deployed and separated from the Centaur banana payload dispenser stages there. Already done its job, and we shall listen in for the rest of 2 deployments. This 9th deployment would be the final sets ever that will be dealing with the 3 satellites deployed, and then the final 10th
30
deployment
seconds
will
to the next event.
be 2 satellites to be deployed instead of 3. So that's that. We will listen in to the commentary.
Arm command sent. Deploy command sent. Confirmation of 3 more LEO satellites successfully separated. Next event is in just over 90 seconds.
Okay, so we have the 9th deployment already fully complete. All of the important portions has already done its job. The middle upper portion has already done its job. Then next will be the upper portion.
RCS on for settling.
So 27 out of 29 Amazon Leo LA-07 satellites constellation has already fully successful on separating from the Centaur upper stage banana payload dispenser and already deployed. And get ready for the 10th deployment on the
This is Atlas Mission Control at
on the
L
cat
plus
topper, if I
36
remember correctly.
minutes and 30
The
seconds.
the
We're coming
upper
up on the
part of
final
the
LEO
payload
deployment in today's mission.
the upper part of the payload dispenser there, we will see that soon, which will be only the 2 out of which will be only 2 satellites to be deployed. We will listen in next for the 10th deployment. For the 10th deployment, which
30 seconds till our 10th and final separation event.
okay, which will be successful later on. If we can hear it, we will see that. What am I even saying? Okay. I rather we listening to the real commentary instead.
Arm command sent. Deploy command sent. Confirmation of the final 2 LEO satellites successfully separated.
And now all of the Amazon Leo LA-07 satellites constellation launch
All 29
mission
LEO
launch
satellites have now been successfully separated for our Amazon customer.
all of it are successful, and that's the so far.
This is Atlas Mission
The mission
Control
has
at
already
37
done
minutes,
complete
55 seconds.
in a full complete
Just heard
succession.
confirmation of successful
So right
deployment
now
of
we
Amazon's
have the
29 LEO
Amazon Leo
satellites. As
LA-07
we
has
wrap
already
up our live
fully
coverage, I want to say thank you for
done
tuning
its
in to
job
tonight's
with
flight
the
and
29
remind you to visit
all 29 satellites
uslaunch.com,
has
follow us
already
at
been
ULA Launch,
separated from
and
the
subscribe to our
Centaur
YouTube channel.
upper stage
And join
payload
us in July for another Atlas final launch of
payload
Amazon Leo.
payload
Before we
this
sign off,
banana
let's take
payload
another look at
dispenser
liftoff.
has already separated and
5,
deployed as well.
4,
And this is the launch
3,
replay. We will see.
2. We have ignition. 1, and liftoff of the
Okay,
United
so
Launch
this
Alliance
is the
Atlas
launch
V
replay.
rocket, carrying another
We
29
see there
satellites for
this one,
Amazon Leo.
and
These
all the
spacecraft
missions
will
has
deliver
already done
fast,
its
reliable
job
internet
once
to
more
customers
time.
around the world.
And this mission is actually penultimate mission, which is the second to the last mission before we will see that end soon. So yeah, it has already done its job, and this is the remark, copyright remark by the United Launch Alliance (ULA). So that's that, and I guess probably that's it that I would like to show you. But well, yeah. So well, this is it. Thank you so much everybody for coming in and watching, even though why is it weather condition, seasonal changes, yeah, not really good for my health that much, but it's okay. And also I forgot to mention that this one that yesterday, which is around 12 plus hours ago, the Shenzhou 22 landing has already done, as well bringing the Chinese the how do I say, three taikonauts, Zhang Lu, Wu Fei, and also Zhang Hongjiang back to Earth after they already spent 6 months in orbit as part of the 10th mission to the Chinese space station / Tiangong space station. So yeah, this part yesterday has already been done, and I guess that's it. There's not much else information. Not They are pretty interesting, but oh well. Oh yeah, for the Jianlong 3 launch, maybe I can finally use this stream link that I've already originally stored before for the Jialong 3 launch. Yeah, previously, but I didn't stream it. At the time. So yeah, because at the time there is literally no live stream, so it's hard. But by chance we might actually have some kind of view, so I will try to stream this one. But the rest of it, that one is for 10 June 2026. Yeah, but other than that, another one here will be the South Korean ADD solid fuel space launch vehicle. This one is slated to be launched on 1 June 2026 on Monday. At least in my local time here, it will be 1 p.m. in Sarawak, in Borneo, but in Korea Standard Time, I believe so, it should be 2 p.m. there. Yeah, it should be 2 p.m. So basically 1 hour ahead of us here. It's basically UTC plus 8, which will be Universal Time Coordinate plus 8 hours. So they are plus 9 hours ahead of the Universal Time Coordinate. That one we will see that soon. If any, we don't know if there's any kind of live stream, but maybe I can prepare just in case. Maybe, yeah, I don't know, but either way we will see that soon. And then yeah, Starlink long march to the okay, another Falcon 9 for the Starlink mission. Okay, long march 6A, pretty hard to find live otherwise, other than if you really want to rely on the CCTV camera especially by the that space doggy guy, the TSDG, DG. Maybe you can watch from him instead. If you're very interested on that view, you can watch. But other than that, it will be it. And then Long March 8, which will be on Friday. Okay. Friday on 5 June 2026. Okay. We might see this one too soon as well. Okay. And at the same time as well, oh, so at the same time, oh, okay, about, and then another Falcon launches. Wow. I mean, if this is true, 10 June would be a very packed day, which I need to cover 3 launches if only the GA Long 3 will be launched. Okay, we might see that soon. Okay, and also at the same time, if you see, just 23 minutes apart after the GA Long 3 launch, if it's going to be launched according to the time, it will be the #330 test flight, which from what I remember, this is the only variant that will be fitted in with the 3 main engine stages of the LE9 instead of the two main rocket stages. So we will see this soon. Okay, very interesting. If it's not getting delayed, we might see that soon. And also at the same time, we don't know when this time will be for the GSLV Mark II. Yeah, GSLV Mark II. But this one will be soon as well. Pretty interesting. I would like to cover this one for the EOS-05 Earth observation satellite 05 with known as the GSAT-1A. GSAT actually stands for GEO, which is if I remember, geostationary Earth orbit imaging satellite 1A. So we will see that soon. If the time doesn't change for whatever reason, we will see these 3 launches in one day on 10 June 2026. So pretty interesting day as well. We will see that and the rest of it. Yeah, Global Star 2 -R Mission 1, onboarding the Falcon 9 rocket, and then later on for this month will be also the same rocket but Bluebird 8 to 10, and then later on will be for the Mikura one, the Grand Goddess provides mission for the that one will be launched onboarding the Electron/Curie rocket there this month as well. And yeah, for the Swift rescue mission, we are not 100% sure when, but well, that one will be interesting because this is basically Pegasus XL airlit orbital rocket as well. From what I know, this is the only operational air launch orbital rocket. Yeah, after the launcher one, unfortunately due to the setbacks, and then also technically and also because no funding provided, continuously provided. So the launcher one air launch, which is also coincidentally the first liquid fuel version, the first air launch liquid fuel orbital rocket in the history to be properly launched, unfortunately already gone out of fashion as well due to the bankruptcy of the Virgin Orbit department. So we don't see that as well. And then next will be the Spectrum rocket for the onward and upward mission for this month, this June 2026. So yeah, and the rest of it, well, it is what it is, and I don't want to waste too much time. So that's it. Thank you so much everybody for watching, and yeah, and I hope everyone stays safe and take care of yourself, especially for this weather and also these seasonal changes. As you can see, I'm a little bit sick, but fortunately stable and fine. So yeah, we will see you soon. So please take care of yourself, don't be like me, And I shall see you guys and everyone later on for the next stream, whenever it will be. So thank you so much, and see you soon. We will see you next time. Bye bye, and take care. And that's it. It's already done. And I would like to prepare myself to go to church today. Yeah. So fortunately, so thank you so much. We will be back soon. Bye bye, and stay safe. And I want to go to church today because it's Saturday. So yeah, I have a little bit of time, so why not just do this kind of stuff? But yeah, thank you so much. Bye bye, and stay safe.